Can you see me? I know, hard to tell. I blend in with the environment and all, but look at me. So majestic in the grass there. Oh, yes. Hello, hello, hello. We're back. We're here. We're gonna do, I don't know. We're gonna do some things today, as we always do. And we're just kind of collecting resources at the moment. Kind of, not really. You know. Kind of collecting resources because we are digging out the trenches that will be part of this build here. And I know we haven't done really any building yet, including the spire, you know. There's no decor, there's no decoration, there's nothing like that. But these are all things that I feel are necessary into completing this particular build here. So you're just going to have to bear with me and trust that at some point we will make our way through. And yeah, so we're going to try to knock this one out today. We may or may not get through it, but oh, God. Excuse me. But we are going to make a dent in it as much as we can. If you're still wondering, I am still a little bit under the weather, a little sick still, a little bit of coughing fits. So if you hear that, I do apologize. I will do my best to try to mute beforehand so you don't hear me randomly coughing all the time. If I am unsuccessful in that, though, I do apologize, and that's part of how it goes when everything is raw and unedited. You get what you get, right? So, just know that you get what you get, and that's how it goes, right? So we are going to try and knock out this whole thing today. I have no idea how much we'll actually get done, but we're going to give it our best shot here, our best college try, because if we are able to get all of this done, then we can actually focus more on the building. And I'd like to kind of talk a little bit more about the rules. So I've put some thought into it. And I really, really loved the one that we had going for Season 1. That being, you were not allowed to terraform, only to change the surface, etc., like that. And it made for a very creative challenge. It made me like really have to think how I was going to do things, and I wasn't just able to bulldoze large areas like this and make them be whatever we wanted, right? We actually had to take the time, figure it out, and go with the flow more so than being able to plan it out. And I feel like that is where my creativity actually explodes, where it exudes creativity. Being able to have to do it on the flow, I think, is really part of it. Makes a huge difference, right? And I don't know, I kind of want to get back to that. So the rules I was thinking of could be as simple as, because I usually build in organic shapes, maybe I'm not allowed to have any organic shapes at all. Granted, we can't do that for this one because we already have many organic shapes. The whole thing is an organic shape, honestly. Albeit a structured organic shape, it is still an organic shape. So, can't do that one with this particular build. We will still do the torches one because, like, I just genuinely hate torches. So that will always be a rule that we will follow. But there is a couple more things I was thinking about here. So we easily could do the opposite, right? you're not allowed to build on the same Y level, right? We could do that for a build, which I intend to do, but can't do it on this one because a lot of it is already on the same level, right? Also, it just occurred to me we are not going to be able to do the full length of this because our beacon does not reach that far. So we're going to have to do just the meat part here first, and then we'll have to move the beacon and then do the ladder. We'll do the later part. Let's see how close we can get here real quick before it pops on. Now? Ha! Let's just run through here real quick and get rid of this. Because we will for sure need to move the beacon here. It does not reach all the way over here, and that is going to make it extremely slow to dig this out. This would be our speed. And we're not doing that. Jesus. Bit of a coughing fit there. Not able to do that. So that is a build I will be doing. A rule we will be doing. Nothing can be on the same Y level, and I would also like to kind of combine that and do no organic shapes, only inorganic, very straight lines. I think that would be a very hard one to do. Etho also did one that's similar to that, where you had to build in like chunks, Chunk City, I think he called it. And that idea I love as well. It sounds very, very cool. But what about this one? Well, the only rule I know I want to do so far is no water, right? Or no, not water. What is it? No shrubberies. So that means no flowers, no trees that are custom, no custom bushes. We're not allowed to do that. However, we still have a lot of farms here. So we are going to make an exception on those, and this is going to be the farming area. So we're going to keep that to the best of our ability. And just everything will not have... There will be no trees. It'll be very, very uniform in that regard. And we'll have to figure out other things to put on there, because we also cannot just put big boulders everywhere. We can't just do little things like that everywhere, even though we're going to want to, right? And I may end up changing that rule for this build because genuinely I have no idea what I want to do with this yet. I have no idea where we are going or like how we're going to go about it. So we'll figure that out. That is not an issue. We'll figure it out. I do know I want to use sandstone. I know I want to use the deep slate. And I know I want to have vibrant colors here among the dark colors because it looks really, really good. I know I want to do 3 different districts here. One will be a farming district / marketplace. One will be like the homestead area where all of the people... Jesus. All the people live and stuff like that. And the other one will have to be... I don't actually know. Maybe their fort or maybe their stronghold. That could be something kind of cool that I've never really done before. We could do like large wooden spears and stuff like that to make the fort, and that could be pretty cool. And then we'd have essentially 3 areas here that are all different from each other. But the more I think about it, the more I want to do my end build, to be honest with you. I know that sounds a little crazy, especially with how early we are in the series. But if we could start blowing up the end, right? We could start building what we really want there. And that could be epic. I want to make a giant mountain all the way around the center of the island, right? So, step one, like, if this is the end portal, this is like all the way around, right? And this would be gigantic. Blow up the island, have all this be a big mountain, completely surrounding where the... Jesus. Goddamn. Completely surrounding where the end island would be. And I think that would be really, really cool. Then we take the middle, right? Because we're going to be a giant island. And we make a big glacial river. Or lake. I guess it's lake. Pond, whatever. In the middle, where the end portal would be. And then we have a village atop the mountains. And above, like, not on top of the mountains, but on the sides of the mountains, I guess. And then we do a giant, what would you call it? Hot air balloon village that is over the rest of it. I think that would be really, really freaking sweet. So I'm wondering, should I get started on that right away? I know we haven't finished a single thing, and it would definitely take us a little bit of preparation because, one, we'd have to set up a gas farm so that we can get all 25 of the possible portals in the end, because we would need those. So we'd need all 25, which means we need like 4 end crystals per each one, and each one is like 3 gas tiers, so we'd need like, I don't know, 400 or so gas tiers to make it work. My math might be very off on that, but it's about that, I think. So we'd need to set up a little baby gas farm. We'd have to start chopping them down and get on the roof of the nether, most likely, to set up that gas farm, because I think it would be very difficult to do in the overworld. Or the over nether, I guess. I don't know. And then we need to move some sheep into the end, because we would need a constant source of... Jeez. Constant source of wool being generated so that we could do all the hot air balloons, which means we wouldn't have it here in spawn, but that could be fine. We have to create and figure out how to create all the TNT dupers so that we could destroy all of the island. And then we would most likely have to get rid of all of the obsidian pillars, which would take a long freaking time. A long time. Genuinely speaking, a long time. It's like 3 or 4 seconds per block of obsidian, and there is thousands of them. So it would take a very, very long time to do that. Or we continue working on this build. That is option number 2. And option number 3 is a nether perimeter. And we'd probably do it by hand, because I am a little bit of a psychopath, and like it actually kind of hurts me to let all of these resources despawn. Normally I would collect each and every single one of these, but obviously for some weird reason I'm not doing that right now. And I'm not sure. Not sure. But I will tell you this, point blank. I don't have a whole lot of inspiration for this particular build. At least how we have it with all the weird farms and the circularness of the build. I don't have a whole lot of ideas. Whole lot of inspiration for it. And that's kind of concerning because, like, normally it comes to me by now. I have an idea. I know exactly what I'm going to do. It's hard, right? It's hard. But we could do those two things that I actually have ideas for. I know exactly what I want to build. It just would be a lot of process to do it, right? I kind of like that. It would be a lot of digging, though. I would tell you that. And it would be definitely around our wither skeleton area. Like, there is so much area there that is all able to be spawned by wither skeletons. And that is kind of huge, right? So we would make... Pig, I'm sorry, but, like, move out of the way, dude. So we would make the ultimate wither skeleton thing there, and even though we don't really need the beacons, it would be nice to have a perimeter somewhere in this world that we can get a lot of XP from. So it kind of kills two birds with one stone. I'm never really going to use gold except for trading. And we would use skulls, Jesus, for a decoration, though. So I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, play it by ear, I guess. One thing for sure, we are going to dig out these trenches first and foremost. And in doing so, hopefully I come up with an idea here and we will figure things out, right? I don't know. Let me know what your opinion is, though. I know this is a very talky, diggy-dig episode. We're not building anything. We're not creating anything. We are only destroying at this moment. But, yeah, please let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. So, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, ciao.